I'm a big believer in look good, feel good, play good, but I'm also a big believer in smell good, feel good, play good. So before I ever even take a single touch on that field, I use Native deodorant to make sure that I'm smelling right so that I can get my touches right. And coincidentally, Native is also the sponsor of today's video. Native's products are all aluminum and paraben free, they're vegan and cruelty free, and they all contain simple and effective ingredients to have you smelling good for up to 72 hours. They've sent me out some of their products and I've been using it for the last couple of weeks and I love them. I received their body wash in the Costa Oak and Amber scent and it smells fantastic, smells like wood and almost like the beach. I've been using that pretty much daily. And they also sent me 3 different deodorants. The first one is for sensitive skin and it's the sandalwood and shea butter. This one smells very smooth and sweet. Love that one. But my favorite one for sure is the eucalyptus and mint. This one smells refreshing and almost like you're in a spa. And finally, they sent me out the aloe and green tea. This one's also really refreshing, but it really reminds me of summer. My favorite part, though, about the deodorant has to be the texture. It's not sticky at all, and it feels dry when you're applying it so that you can immediately feel comfortable going about your day or going and playing in a full game. As you guys saw, I got 2 deodorants from their sensitive range. Native's sensitive deodorant uses coconut oil and magnesium oxide to get you smelling right for up to 72 hours. So if you guys are interested in checking out Native, then use my link and use my code BECOMEELITE to get 20% off your first order with Native. This offer is available site-wide, but only for a limited time. So stock up and save. Thank you once again to Native for sponsoring this video. What's going on, guys, and welcome to the first Every Touch game analysis of the 2023 season with Hartford Athletic. In this game, this is our 4th game of the season, and we're taking on Orange County Soccer Club. This was actually a really good game for me. I got like the Fought Mob man of the match, and then after this game, I actually was USL Championship Team of the Week, which is kind of funny because I thought I've had much better games than this. I thought this was a really solid game, and definitely my best game so far of this 2023 season. But it definitely was, I don't know. I don't think it was anything crazy. But you guys can make that judgment for yourself. Anyway, here's Orange County's lineup. They're coming out with a 4-3-3. Lots of talent here, but they're definitely changed up their lineup from the first couple games. Here's our lineup. I am number 16, Matt Sheldon, and in this game I'm playing right fullback, which is my standard normal position. So let's get into the game and into the Every Touch game analysis. Here's my very first touch in the game. Comes in the very first minute. 30-something seconds in. Ball's going to come into me. It's hard because the camera's kind of zoomed out, but I just won that first header, and then the ball's going to be played into me from my center back. Now, I'm over on the sideline. I have pressure coming from my right and from my left, so I'm just going to take a quick touch, play into Danny, tell him to turn. Next play now, our defensive center mid plays back to the center back. Center back fizzes into a ball into our center mid, and then Jessiel plays me out the ball a little bit behind me. I got tons of time, though, to bring it back. I look first to play back to my center back, Kave, but he's telling me open up, play up the field. So I'm going to open up my body, open up my hips, and then just kind of curl that ball, chip that ball into my winger, and then provide support. Now the ball comes back to me. I should play it into my 6, Beverly right here, so we can switch it out to Tristan, who's wide open. I kind of get tunnel vision and just stare forward and try to clip in a ball into my striker. It's not the best decision, if I'm being 100% honest. It works out, but could have played a better pass there. Now we lose the ball and recovering just to get back on defense. And then here right outside the box, feet get tangled up and they call a foul on our center back, Kave Rod. You guys can watch the replay and you can determine if it's a foul or if it's not. Obviously, I'm very biased. I think, honestly, that Oloski fouls Kave, but, obviously I'm going to say that. Regardless, though, Orange County gets the free kick right outside of our box in a very dangerous location. Oloski steps up, the Golden Boot winner from last year, and puts that away. Great finish, near post, just hucks it right in that top corner. It's tough. It's tough to start the game off like this. I mean, first 7 minutes, already going down a goal. It's frustrating, but definitely a great finish from Oloski from Orange County. Anyway, it's all about the response, though. So coming back, here we are, 12th minute. Here's my next touch in the game. Long ball popped up, kind of lofted, just getting up, winning the header, but it goes out of bounds. I think it's so important in these games for these first couple plays when they start clipping the ball up to you to win these headers like this. Just kind of shuts it down. Those players, all of a sudden, if you win the first couple 2 or 3 headers, they stop looking for that. Ball finally comes down to my feet, and you can already see Antoine making a run down the line. He's beaten his fullback, and he's got tons of time and space. Unfortunately, when I play this, he just misjudges the ball skipping because it was raining all morning before this game. So just misjudges it a little bit, but we still get possession, keep possession down that side of the field. Now, this is a difficult situation. I don't want to fly out because it's not a 50-50 ball. It's like a 70-30 ball for Dorgman here. So I'm going to stay here because I don't want to go running out, because then it's just an easy slip pass in for Olowski, and then he's one-on-one against our center back. So I'm going to stay, take away that dangerous option, and let Dorgman kind of take a touch towards me. And then right here, as he plays, obvious 1-2, I'm already turning, covering that. The ball gets deflected out to me, bounces off my shin, and straight to our goalkeeper. So we defended that well, covered that well there. Now ball starting to come over to my side. I'm wide open out here on the sideline, asking for the ball. Ball comes into my feet, turn, opening up, and then Hopeno right here in this pocket between all these Orange County players. It's a good 2v1 against their left fullback, so I'm just going to play into Hopeno and then continue on my run. He turns, opens up his body, delivers a cross in the box, but just a little bit lofted there. Long ball out to me. I'm going to take my touch inside the field, and then here I try to just with the outside of my foot play Hopeno down the line and then continue my run in the center. I completely hit this too hard out of bounds, and as I came down I actually rolled my ankle a little bit. It's okay, I was able to play the rest of the game, but it was definitely painful here. But honestly, reviewing that play, I think I could have continued to drive inside with the ball and kept on dribbling. Or if I'm going to play Hopeno, I just need to play it with the right amount of weight so it doesn't go out of bounds. Next play, Danny Barrera plays into Jessiel. Jessiel plays me out wide. I got tons of time and space. And here you have to start driving into that space, take that space, get into the opposition's half, and then you can reevaluate what the next thing is to do with the ball. So I start to drive forward. I do have my winger out wide, but I just think Orange County's set. They're in a good position, so I'm going to put my foot on top of the ball, cut it back, and look in for my central midfielder, Danny Barrera, to see what he wants to create here. And again, Orange County's so set, and there are so many numbers on this side of the field. I'm thinking the ball needs to switch over to where there's space. So I'm going to play into my central mid, and then we're all on the same page. It starts to come over to this left side now. Little counterattack, but our goalkeeper Sanchez does a good job to win that header and played out to me very calm and composed, opening up my body, looking upwards. I've played down the line tons of times. You can see Danny even pointing towards our 6 to play into him because he's wide open in the middle of the field. So I just play it right into Beverly and tell him time. Throwing the ball to my winger, receive the ball back, and again, you can see how many numbers are over on this sideline, on this far side of the field. So this is just like a signal, a cue. Swing it out, bring it out either to the center back or through the middle to get it over to the other side where there's space. Long ball in behind, I'm going to take my touch outside, and then in this situation, I just put my body in between the ball and the opposing player. And then if I feel that contact in that situation, I just go down. And that's exactly what happened. You can see I take my touch out wide. It's actually a little bit towards my left side, but I just move in between Dorgman here and the ball. And then when I feel that contact, I'm just falling down and receiving the foul. So instead of me trying to retain possession in this really difficult part of the field and stuck in the corner, now we earn a free kick and we can get up the field. Receiving the ball from my center back, start to take a couple touches forward, and Prince, my winger, is in tons of space right here. So I'm going to play it right into the line, or right down the line into him, and just tell him, turn, go up the field, solo, whatever. Another one header here, and we end up retaining possession here after a couple bounces, but the ball ends up coming down to me here. And then all I'm going to do, since this is, ball's coming into my hip, I'm just going to use my thigh and just pop it over the leg of the defender, then bring the ball down on this side, and then just play into my 6, tell him time and turn, and he does a great job turning out, and we keep possession there. Receiving the ball now, looking forward. I don't have a clear option either down the line because it's being cut off by this winger or in the middle. So this is where I need to take a touch to create space for myself. So I'm going to drive inside now. And then here I could have played my central mid, but I decided to keep on going. Good tackle from the central midfielder from Orange County, but we still keep possession of the ball here. Now just taking the throw in, kind of surveying the options right now. I want to play it into somebody where they can play it back to me. I play it in my center mid, just win that little duel there, continue to drive forward. And again, look how many numbers are over on this side of the field set. So I want to look centrally. So I'm going to play into Danny Barrera here, and he can turn, and he does what he does as a central midfielder, calm and cool and collected, and we switch the ball over to the opposite side. Now, this is a huge tip I have for fullbacks. If you can receive the ball past the opposition's winger, it's way easier to take your touch forward and attack that space. On the other hand, if you receive the ball on the opposite side of the winger, he can press you there, and it's harder to play out. Now, there's a time and place where you do want to check back, but here I can take my touch forward, I can take my touch inside the field in front of that winger, and now I can attack. And even if I don't like what I see and I want to pull it back just like this, now I'm pulling it back in the opposition's half, and it's much better for us to retain possession here versus trying to build out with them sprinting at us. And here, I mean, you can see we switched the point of attack over to the left side. Tristan has a great ball into Elvis, and we almost get a chance on goal. So good play. Winning the header here over my winger, and we retain possession. Our throw-in. Richard Sanchez, our goalkeeper, plays me out the ball. Once again, tons of time. So I start driving up the field, taking my space, getting the opposition's half, and then just play the easy ball out to my winger and kind of continue my run inside in a supportive role and let Prince Sadie do what he does and dribble at the guy, cross. Then the ball bounces out to me right here, and I just go one touch kind of inside the foot, open up my hip, and just try to get something on frame. Not enough power there, but at least I kept the ball on target, which is, good for me. Now this play right here, the ball's bouncing around the middle, gets popped up, and it comes out to me. I'm here in time. So I chest that ball, bring it down. And as I do, I kind of realize I have a little bit less time than I think, and I don't have many options to play since my center back's near me. My other center mid is being marked. So I just kind of open up and clip the ball into my striker. This play, just checking my shoulder. This is where I'm actually kind of dropping down because I have so much space here, and I don't want to crowd my winger and get past the opposition's winger. So I'm dropping down into this space, checking my shoulder, see where my options are. I know I can receive it and start to take my space. And as I do, Danny Barrera makes a great checking run right into that pocket, and then I play into him. Now this ball is being bounced all around, but it finally comes out to me from Jessiel. I receive the ball. I start to look for the cross. It's well defended. I have to cut the ball back, and then it's out for our throw-in. So just got to be better there. Try to get in that ball into the box there. Receiving the ball now, it's crowded. You can see how many Orange County players are on this side of the field. We need to switch it over to the other side. I play it back to my center back, who swings it over the opposite center back, and now we can attack, exploit that space on the opposite side. Goal kick from Orange County, just over to my side, just getting right behind my winger, applying some pressure, winning the header, and then just dropping back as that ball's played over my head. Ball's bouncing around. Jessiel does a great ball into space for me. I take my space, tons of time, continue to drive forward and inside, trying to cut off my winger, and I can see Kyle here in the pocket asking for it. So I'm going to play right into Kyle. He's a great touch around his center back, and this is a great goal scoring opportunity here for us right before the half ends. And then ends up being a head injury, so they have to stop the time. It's a drop ball. Here's the drop ball now. Hopino with a great ball in with the left foot. Kyle flicks it on to Elvis, and Elvis with a great finish. So right before the half, we tie things up 1-1, and we've been knocking on the door this entire half. Or not, I shouldn't say the entire half. The last 10, 15 minutes, I think we've created a lot. So I think we deserve this, and we go into halftime now 1-1, and just a big boost for us now for that second half. Here's the replay of the goal. Just right over the back post, unmarked. And Elvis does such a great, it's so easy to hit that ball up and go over the crossbar or out of bounds there. So it's just really good technique to keep his hip over, to be over the ball and hit that ball back down into the ground. So great finish from Elvis there. Perfect. Awesome. So here is the kickoff that Orange County has. And then just like that, it's halftime. Now it's halftime. So we literally scored right before the half ends. Huge morale boost for us. Go into the locker room, reevaluate, make a little bit of adjustments, which Orange County is doing the exact same thing now, and come out for the second half. Here are the match stats for the first half. Pretty even with shots on target and goals, but we are definitely creating more opportunities with our 12 shots, and then we're dominating more of the possession with 63% possession. But possession doesn't mean anything if you're not creating good chances on target, and good chances on target, we're 3-3. So decent half. I think 1-1's a fair score so far, but here is us coming out for the second half. We're going to start with the ball. Jessiel plays back into Danny. Danny with the ball. looks long and just overhits that a little bit, trying to find Antoine Hopino on the left. Here's my first action in the second half. It's kind of more just positioning and being in the right spot defensively, but Orange County kind of breaks us, and they're trying to play Alowski here between us, behind my central defender, Kave. So instead of following Alowski, I see that he's off, so I just hold up my run a little bit, and as soon as he kind of gets the ball, I throw out my hand. Now, it is risky because we don't have VAR or anything, but I kind of knew he was a step or two offside, and it's the right decision because I felt like I couldn't catch up there if I were to follow him. So you can see I start to look and I slow up my run here, just slowing up so that I time it. So when the ball's played, Alowski's a step, 2 steps offside here. Here's my first touch in the second half. It comes in the 50th minute, receiving the ball. And now Orange County's defense is completely different. They brought in Kasipli over here, and he's high pressing me, really taking off the line and forcing me to play back. So I just played down the line to Kave, and he can clear the ball up. So they've kind of changed up their tactics. I had so much time and space that first half, so this second half is just completely different. Now this is a little dangerous play. Richard comes out, makes a good save, ball lands out to me, and I just clear out the danger with the right foot, open up my hips, and play it to the far side. And then some great tackling, ball work here. Orange County again breaks us. Very dangerous this first 10 minutes. And now here's a very difficult situation for me to be in. Typically, I would go with the runner and have Danny stay with the ball, but Danny just got beat here. So now I have to step because this guy's 5 yards away from our 18-yard box, and I need to put some pressure on the ball. But by stepping now, I'm basically leaving that overlapping runner completely free. And this is kind of like a lose-lose situation. But I think in this situation, it's smart to take away this shot centrally and force the ball wide. But again, I mean, it's one of those you're damned if you do, damned if you don't type things. So you're going to see right here, I step, try to block the shot, and then we do a good job to cover it. But again, very dangerous situation here, and Orange County gets another kind of attempt at goal. So first 10 minutes, I thought Orange County came out firing. Receiving the ball now, Jessiel's making a 1-2 movement now. He's running in behind. However, I think this defender does a good job to kind of block that off and kind of prevent that. So I'm looking backwards now. Danny Barrera is in a really good pocket of space. I'm going to play into him. And as soon as I play into him, you start to see some pressure coming at him. So now I'm going to back off to create a passing outlet so Danny can play me back the ball. And now I have some space. And now the angle of the run, the pressure is coming kind of laterally and the space is down the line. So now I'm going to attack down the line, get in front of the guy, kind of get fouled. And then Kasipli comes in and fouls me here. So really good, calm, composed kind of play there to break that pressure from Orange County, but you can see they're really coming out differently than the first half. Just winning the header there, and then a good sequence of play, but just a little bit under hit on that final ball. Video is kind of glitching out here. It's not your phone or computer. It's the video from our feed. But receiving the ball, opening up my body now, and trying to play down the line into my winger, Sadie. And it's kind of mixing it up. You know, sometimes I open up and look down the line if it's on. Sometimes I cut inside, just kind of whatever I'm feeling. Here, receiving that ball from a dangerous spot and just trying to play up into Sadie. I'm sorry about the video. The video glitched out for like 10 minutes straight. Long ball into me, just heading the ball outside over that attacker, just kind of preventing that situation. And then a long throw from Richards, winning that header. And he actually calls a foul against me. I thought it was pretty shoulder to shoulder, but I guess he thought he saw a foul there. And another long ball from Orange County into me, just winning the header again. Kind of a dangerous situation. I want to head that a little bit more up the field and wide instead of back in the center, but it's okay. We ended up getting possession of the ball again. And here's the throw. I'm just playing to McGlynn. He's got lots of time and space into his feet so he can turn. He's going to play into Kave, and you can already see right now, since that ball is going back to Kave, I'm expecting to receive it. So I'm checking my shoulder just in case Kave takes that touch down the line and plays me. Here's the second check of my shoulder to see where my winger is, where the pressure is. I'm just kind of getting my surroundings down and locked in so that when Kave takes that touch forward and passes into me now, third time checking my shoulder, I know exactly what's around me and I can take this touch aggressively forward, because now fourth time checking my shoulder, I know Kave's winding up to pass me the ball. I know I'm going to receive it here. And now I know that when that ball comes into me, I have no pressure and I can open up and take this touch in front of Kasipli, forward into space, and break this line of pressure, which is just really important as a fullback to do that. I start to drive forward, kind of get a little indecisive, but continue my run. And then here, I think this is a great decision to play Prince Sadie, one of the fastest guys of our team, in behind, but I just underhit it just slightly. We still end up retaining the ball and keeping the ball, but if I would have hit that 3-4 yards a little bit further, he would have been in on goal. So a little frustrated with that pass there. Prince plays me back the ball now, looking in, and I try to whip in across here. It's a little bit behind my entire line, and Kyle makes a great effort there, but ideally I'd have that ball in between the penalty spot and the 6-yard box, and that was a little bit behind the penalty spot. Looking in now, I'm making eye contact with my strikers. They want the ball and they're making the run, which is what you want from them, but I just don't think it's the best opportune moment to put in across there. So I put my foot on top of the ball, swing it over the opposite side, and then we swing it back again, and now I can receive the ball a little bit higher up the field. But again, bring down the ball. I don't think it's the perfect moment. Playing to McGlynn, he plays it back to me. As soon as he does this, he's going to leave this space, and Danny Barrera is going to come into that space, which is great movement from the central mids. Playing to Danny, tell him to turn, and then continue forward. And this is really, really good patient buildup, moving the ball from side to side, all for this moment here. So now I can receive the ball facing forward, 1v1 in the final third, and I'm looking up and I'm seeing 2 or 3 back post runners. So I'm just going to clip the ball into the back post. I think that's a really well-placed ball, but just Jesse L was talking to him after the game. He just thought that Kyle was going to go up for this ball and just mistimed it slightly. But it's a really good opportunity and good build-up play, really good build-up play, I think, from us, from Hartford. Elvis plays me back the ball, just playing to McGlynn, tell him to turn. He has a little bit of pressure, but he does a good job to keep the ball here. And then Cave brings the ball forward, plays into Prince, and now this is an underlapping run now. Prince is wide, so instead of it crowding him in the space, I'm inside and making that run centrally behind this fullback. So it just kind of causes some chaos up there. I think it's a good run. I was in a good pocket of space, and then just recirculating my run when Prince goes to the end line and getting into the box just in case that ball finds its way out to me. Danny Barrera with the ball, plays it outside to me, and then this is kind of like the opposite now. I'm playing into Jaciel, making that underlapping run, just a one-time ball. I played a little bit too wide. I think I could play this a little bit more centrally so he could get that ball inside the 18-yard box, and then I just take his space that he left, and Danny kind of takes my space down the field. Jaciel does a good job. The ball bounces out to me, and I try to whip in across. Doesn't beat the first man, though, and we're still able to keep the ball in the final third. Ball's a little bit behind me, end up bringing that ball down with a pretty good touch, play back to Cave, and Connor does a good turn here, switching the point of attack. Great ball out there to the left side of the field, out to Tristan. So we're really building now. I think we're kind of controlling the game these last 15, 20 minutes. Cave has a great ball out to me. I take that touch inside the box, trying to attack him, but I just can't get that ball down to my feet. And then it falls to Jaciel, who has a good cross, but just sniffed out by that center back. Now, Connor McGlynn taking that touch inside. I'm finding myself in this central pocket, almost like a 10. I'm kind of checking my shoulder. I'm seeing this pocket of space. Since I've checked my shoulder, I know I can take that touch with my right foot centrally and try to play into Danny so he can switch over to the opposite side of the field. Danny has some good footwork and keeps the ball there. Danny's service was cleared out by an Orange County defender, but it falls to me. I'm just keeping that ball down. Danny makes a great run out to that far side, and I find him right at the corner of the 18-yard box, and he has a beautiful touch there. I got tons of time pushing up the field, a good recovery run from this winger. And as you can see, too, if I kept on going, I got 3 Orange County guys that are just waiting to trap me against this sideline. So I put my foot on top of the ball, cut it back, and play out to Cave. He plays it back to me again, and then here it start to really get trapped. And I have to kind of clip the ball, chip the ball over Among's foot here, because if I would have played that on the ground there, it would have been snuffed out there. So good job to evade the trap, but I think we could have evaded that a little bit earlier. Bringing down the ball, honestly, the better option is to play into Danny's feet. I tried to dip inside, push the ball outside, and beat this winger, and do get around him. It's good defending, but I think ultimately is a little bit too much contact there, and gets called for the foul there towards the end of the game. Sanchez rolls me out the ball. Once again, tons of time to look forward. I'm just going to play right into my winger. Good combination play out here between Jaciel, Danny, and Kyle, and we get in behind. Ball bounces in, just putting some pressure, using my body to win that, and we get to keep the ball up there in the attacking half. And then there's the game. I mean, there's a lot of start and stop play in the second half. As you can see, 9 additional extra minutes here. I thought we created some really, really good opportunities. We also gave away some really dangerous opportunities in the start of the second half. So, I think 1-1 score is a pretty accurate representation of this game. There could have been a few more goals, though, like I said, for each side. But there's the game, 1-1. Like I said, I ended up getting like man of the match this game, and I got USL Team of the Week, and it was nothing really crazy. I thought I've had much better games in the past, which I think is funny. But yeah, I definitely thought it was a pretty solid performance. I didn't think I made too many mistakes. I thought I had some really solid touches, building up and creating some chances. So I was pretty happy with my play. But anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, guys, peace.